Well, hello, George Adventure here. I am getting ready to go home here in a few minutes, but I wanted to do a car, or let's say a RAV4 video. This is my work vehicle. I do safety observations for a power company. I'm a contractor, the power company I retired from. So, but anyway, I put a post on Instagram last week, and it was just a little post, had a pocket knife on it, and it was about basically the kind of men that carry knives, and so it relates to me because a lot of those men, a lot of the way they are described the men that I grew up with. These are the kind of men that would basically run into a burning building and get you out. Or these are the kind of men that they go to war and they fight a war. They're your neighbor, and they'll come and help you do things when you're down. And they get up at 5 a.m. they go to work, they work hard. You know, they may be a construction worker, they may be a power worker, carpenter, or work for the railroad. It could be a fireman or policeman or whatever. Just the kind of men, you know, that I grew up with, that were their hands were dirty, or their hands were callous and rough. When you shake their hand, you could tell that they worked for a living. And I say work for a living, everybody that's got a job works for a living, but it was just a different way of life back then. Most men didn't, not all men, but most men didn't go to college and get a degree. Most men either got out of school, joined the military, or got out of school and went to work for a company, or did something like that. Firemen, police, you know. So the men I came up with, and I can't talk about every person that came up, whatever men, you know, but you know, we're all different. I grew up in the South, so we were a little different, but you still had those same kind of men up north. You still had the kind of guys that worked hard and got up and went to work early, farmed, hunted, fished, whatever. So that's the kind of men I grew up with. You know, and I learned a lot from them. I learned a lot about what kind of knife you carry. And the slip joint knife was the kind of knife that was carried by most men. If they didn't have a slip joint or a traditional pocket knife in their pocket, most men or younger guys had a buck 110 in a black sheath with a snap on it, a holster with a snap on it. And it was a heavy, hard use knife that would take a beating. And I watched guys use them. I would get them and use them. You know, when I was coming up, you know, my dad, he had a pocket knife. My uncles, they carried sod busters, the little black sod buster, black handled sod busters, or old timers. I had one uncle that carried a Puma, but they carried, you know, most men carried a case, a charade, like an old timer or a buck. The buck 110s were popular, the case knives were popular, but they was always pulling them out to do something. It may be digging their fingernails, or it may be cleaning a squirrel, or cutting fishing line, or it could be cutting a hose on your car, or skinning wire. So many things, simple as cutting an apple. I watch them pick up a dirty knife, take a dirty knife and cut their apple and eat it. You know, so I started doing it. I didn't think there was nothing wrong with it. That's probably why I've never been sick. I don't get sick because my immunity system, you know, is pretty strong, because I came up eating dirt and grease and stuff. So just those kind of men that you know, worked hard, you know. And I'm not saying that you gotta do physical work to work hard, because I know a lot of people that go into an office every day and it's stressful, so they work hard too. But it's just, when I was growing up, the kind of men that carried a slip joint. They didn't carry these because we didn't have these. We didn't have the modern day folders with axis lock or whatever. We did have some liner locks, but we didn't have the axis lock or all this nice fancy, these flippers. Now, I like my Benchmade. I tell you, I like my Benchmade, and it's a fantastic knife. I carry it most days, but I've also got 2 slip joints on me most days. Got a sod buster in my pocket right now, and I'm carrying this 75 today, and this is the one I got on eBay, pretty reasonable. It's actually a used one, but I saw it and I thought it was pretty. So most men back then, you know, they had the rough hands, and they, you know, they were always, you know, I watched them get some beech nut plug tobacco and cut a piece of it off, stick in their mouth and fold it back up, never wipe it off, stick it in their pocket. I've seen them at deer camp, like with a big trapper, clean deer with them. I used to process deer with my mini trap, not my mini trapper, but my large trapper. So they were always using a knife, always, or playing with it or looking at it or whatever. So collecting them, we had knife collectors back then. So those are the kind of men I grew up with, and I'm proud that I've grown up, and I'm 63 years old, and I don't mind saying that. That's nobody's business, but I'm just saying it because the era I grew up in compared to a lot of the young guys now. And we got some older guys that's probably my age in the knife community that we talk with and all. But we grew up in a different time. We didn't have iPhones or any kind of cell phone. You know, if you wanted to get on the phone, you had to go to a payphone, put a dime or a quarter in it. You know, we didn't have Apple Play and all that stuff. You know, we had to, you know, figure out things. My daddy, he grew up in a depression, so they had to figure out stuff. So him coming up, he knew how to do a lot of things, and he taught me that. He taught me hard work. You get up at 5 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. like I do now, and you go to work. You don't get out of school and sit around the house. You go to work or you join the military. That was the options back then when I graduated high school. That was the options he gave me. But those were the men that were hard men, worked hard for a living, and made this country great, made this country what it is. And we still got guys like that that's making the country better. But we got guys that don't do physical work that are making the country great. There's all kind of jobs out there. Every job's important. I don't care if you're working at McDonald's. But to get back to the knife, so the knife culture was pretty strong back then, but it was different. So now, you know, the knife culture has changed somewhat. I collect knives, and I carry a fixed blade. You know, we got EDC. We didn't have EDC back then. I didn't even know what that was when I heard it the first time. I'm like, what is an EDC? It's everyday carry. Well, my daddy had an EDC back then. He didn't even know it. He carried a billfold and had a watch and carried a pocket knife and carried a snotty hank and handkerchief and had some change in his pocket and a pack of cigarettes right here and a Zippo. That was their EDC, and most of them were just alike with all my uncles and everything. So, and the guys, you know, just older guys I grew up with. So, you know, so we've evolved now. So now we got these pretty little blue Benchmades, you know, that's a flipper, you know, that I like. Got all this exotic steel, Magna steel, and this one is, well, where'd it go? Oh, this one's S30V, and we got so many different steels. Back then it was a carbon steel or 440 stainless. Then it went to D2. D2's a good steel. I'm not a steel snob. I'm just as happy carrying a 440 stainless or a D2 or something like this, you know, but I like carbon steel the best, you know, but I like the stainless. So everything the knife culture has evolved, and so now we got the modern day knife culture. We got a lot of guys like me carrying knives. We got younger people carrying knives. A lot of the younger guys, especially like I noticed at the power company here, they carry the knives with the pocket clips. I guarantee you 90% of the guys here got a knife with a pocket clip on it. Now there's some guys that carry both, like I do. They carry a pocket clip and a slip joint. Got a couple that will carry fixed blade knives. And our storeroom back here has specialized knives. I skinned wire with an old timer with a sheep's foot blade. That's what I would skin wire with. When I was a helper on the line crew, I'd skin wire. And when I got up to a journeyman, I skinned wire with a sheep's foot blade. So, but then we got some specialized knives that had, you know, electrical insulation on them that, you know, you wouldn't get shocked or anything. So still use these, still use this. But you know, it's become more of a diverse culture. And when I say diverse, a lot of different style knives. You still got the bucks out there, the 110s, and then you got the new folders. There's so many of these out there. You can get up to $300-400 on a folder, you know, which not me. I paid $100 for this thing 3 years ago, and Benchmade keeps going up on their Benchmade on their bug outs. I'm not going to be buying a bug out, I can tell you that. I can buy whatever, but it's just you know, it's just getting a little proud of them. So, but I do love my Benchmade, and I'm gonna do a three-year review on it, and talk about why I like it and everything. But I'm gonna do it here soon. But I do carry. You know, I do like a lot of different knives, but it don't matter what I'm doing. I always go back to the vintage pocket knife, the slip joint knives. It's my favorite. I love collecting them, and I love using them. So that's the part of the diverse culture. The other part of the diverse culture is now we got young people that don't do craft work. They may go to an office and to be a tech guy, but he's got a pocket knife on him, or he may be a doctor, he may be a lawyer, whatever. So we got a lot of different people, and we got women, and I'm going to name one specifically, Erica of Erica's EDC. She's a big slip joint knife person, big on Saudis. She likes the modern day folders, the fixed blades, and her channel, she's very knowledgeable. She's very knowledgeable about knives, and that's one of the reasons I like to. Plus, she's funny too. But I enjoy watching her channel. And we've got to welcome more people into our community. I don't care if it's a female, a young guy, an older guy, an 80-year-old guy, whatever. We shouldn't have any boundaries to it, because we need everybody we can to be in our knife club. We got a great knife community. We got J.O., we got Thrifty, we got Jersey, we got Richter Knives, we got Erica, we got Doom Crew, we got RJ's. Oh gosh, we got it. I mean, there's so many. I do have them all wrote down. We got so many that correspond with me on YouTube, on Instagram, and if I don't name you, I apologize. Okay, Mike Curtis, we got Randy WSG, I think that's it, WSG, and that's the newer guys. But we've got a lot of people that are in our knife community, and there's one. Gosh, I can't remember him. I think he's from. I don't know if he's from Ireland or whatever. Paddy's Potato Pillar. I watch him. He tickles me. I enjoy watching him. But we got a lot of Knife Delights. You know, we got him. We got a lot of. And I apologize if I'm not naming you, but there are just so many. But we got this knife community. Big J in Boston we have a knife talk on Saturday nights, and I try not to miss it. I know once in a while I'll probably miss it, but it's enjoyable if you can attend it and listen to it and watch it. It's fantastic. Big J and Boston Blades, they host it, and They got great YouTube channels. They're knowledgeable about knives. They're big buck guys, and they're good guys. But that's part of our knife community. So we need to all come together, because that's the only way we're gonna. And we got to support the knife companies. We got to buy case knives or buck knives or Benchmade or whatever. You buy the knife you like. You don't have to be a knife snob and explain it to somebody. You get the knife you like and use it. If you want to carry 3 knives or 5 knives or 1 knife, that's up to you. But we've got to spend our money in the knife community. We've got to have a close, tight knife community. We got to correspond with each other. I really enjoy it, and I've really met a lot of cool people with this knife community we got. And I had said something about the Instagram knife crew when it was just Instagram, but it's grown. So maybe we can get together and think of a we can get together with all the knife guys. We can think of a name for our knife community. We can print us up some stickers, and we'll have our little knife community. But we do have it. It's growing, but we got to have that to save the knife community, because unfortunately, we got a group of people in this country, the same people that want to ban guns. They want to ban certain knives. And I understood that when I went on Hurricane Sandy as a safety specialist. We had crews go up to Hurricane Sandy up to New York City. So we had to show our knives to the New York City police and to make sure they were legal. I've never had to do that before. So I showed them mine, and I had a Benchmade Griptilian, but it was just a manual opening like this Benchmade. It was not a, assisted opening, so they were good with it. Because we had knives on our truck that were specialized to use, so, it wouldn't make sense. So you can't have that, but you can have this one that's that long. But there is, and I'm just saying it because I want people to be aware of it. There is a group of people that want to ban knives, and if they get a chance, and legislation has been put forth before, so they want to restrict the length of your blade, the length of your knife, decide what you can and can't have, and that's bull, just like they do on firearms. So we gotta make sure we're vigilant in that. But we got to spend our money with these knife companies, whether it's Buck, Case, Raid, Civivi, Benchmade. I'm not going to name them all. Hogue. There's a lot of great knife companies out there, and we should need to spend our money on them. Buy them. Collect knives. If you don't like to collect them, hey, get you some to carry. But our knife community is great, and we really, get on Instagram, and you can find us on there. I'm George Adventure on Instagram. I've got EDC Leatherworks Instagram, and I make leather stuff. I've also got George Adventure YouTube that I'm gonna put this on. I got a TikTok, which I don't like TikTok at all. When they tell you, when you post a wild turkey that you shot, and they say that's violence, so I'm like, okay, whatever. But I do advertise my EDC Leatherworks on there, so you can find me on TikTok. But so I'm just saying, we need to come together and stay together as a knife community. Watch Big J and Boston's knife thing on Saturday nights, and it's fun, man. I'm telling you, and you can learn a lot of stuff. You can learn a lot of stuff from a lot of people on there, a lot of good camaraderie. And I'd like to see Erica and I'd like to see Richter Knives get on there. And I don't know what their schedule is, but that would be great. Maybe their schedule's too tight on the weekend, but we have a good knife community. So anyway, I just wanted to do this video and just talk a little bit about the kind of the knife culture, where it's been, where it's going. Like I said, I don't think it's never going to go away from these. I don't see it. Probably never go away from these either. You just get the knife you like, fixed blade or whatever. Blade show's coming up. I'm going to be moving that weekend, but I'm going to try my best to go one of the days. Probably won't be Friday. It'll either be Saturday or Sunday. But go to the Blade Show. It's in Atlanta. It's at the Galleria. It's first weekend, first Friday in June. June 2nd, I think. Yeah, it's June the 2nd. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you've never been, you will love it. You will love it. It is fantastic. I go every year. I'm going to try my best to go this year. I may see you there. I will have a red EDC Leatherworks t-shirt on. So if you don't recognize my face, you'll see the shirt. Please come over there. I want to see some of you guys, man. I like to meet Doom Crew and J.O. and Thrifty and BJ and Boston. All y'all knife guys, Richter. I'd like to meet y'all face to face. You know, I would like to just meet you face to face and talk to you. I think it'd be fantastic. So, because we got a good knife community. But let's keep it going. And like Erica says, use your, I'm not going to say, I'm going to say use your stuff. But she tickles me. That's one of my favorite things she says. My wife loves it. She laughs about it. She said, I love it when she says that. And I said, I do too. But I don't want to get banned from TikTok or from YouTube. So anyway, yeah, let's keep it going and welcome new people and use your stuff and get you a knife. If you like this video, please leave a comment. I welcome comments, but don't get snarky and don't use any profanity, because if you do, I'm gonna block you from the channel. So, you know, don't do that. I don't mind if you disagree with what everybody's got an opinion. I welcome them all. But let me know about this video and some of your experiences growing up with knives, with guys with knives and with ladies with knives. My wife wants a pink case knife. My wife's pretty much a girly girl, but she's tough as nails, and so she wants a case knife. She wants a case knife because I carry one. So I'm gonna get her one for Mother's Day. I got her one picked out. And like I said, she's a girly girl. She's beautiful, but she's tough as nails, and she has to be put up with me because I got a lot of energy. I'm wide open, and I got a strong will. So she has to keep me in line, and that's a full-time job, but I love her for it. So y'all have a great week. This is Monday. Y'all have a great week. I hope God will bless you, and he will, and y'all be safe out there. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Hit the bell. God bless.